AB Courtyard Patio Package, Merlot. This patio package will fit on a 12 by 19 patio. These basic instructions can be modified to fit a different patio size. This layout will use the following blocks. The blocks are modular in size, with 2 AB York blocks equaling 1 AB Dublin block. The blocks come with built-in angles, so during construction, when an AB York, AB Dublin, or a wall cap meets up to a flat surface, some cutting will be required to give a finished look to the project. During construction, the AB Dublin blocks may be angled the wrong way, leaving a gap. Simply slide the block over and add in an AB York block. For more details on proper construction, see the AB Courtyard Reference Guide. Start by locating the placement of the posts on the patio. The open space and the posts should be centered on the patio. Place 2 corner blocks to mark the outside edge of where the posts will be. Leave a large enough opening between the post locations to easily walk through. Install 4 corner blocks to create the first course of the posts. Corner blocks have a long side and a short side. Place the long side facing out. Install the next course of corner blocks so that they overlap the blocks below. This second pattern will offset the vertical seams. To start the wall panel, we will need to use a cut block. This creates a straight side to the block to place against the corner block, giving us a clean, flush look when meeting up with the flat surface. For this project, we will be cutting an AB Dublin block in half, as well as one in a 3/4 and 1/4 size. These cut pieces will then be used on every course where the blocks of the wall panels meet up with the flat surface of the post. When building the wall panels, installing 2 courses at the same time will help with block alignment. For the first course, use the pre-marked blocks and cut down the center of the raised ring to create the 3/4 and 1/4 size. Use a saw with a diamond blade and adhere to safety standards. Install the cut block against the center of the post to start the patio wall. Continue installing AB York and AB Dublin blocks to start the curve. Place the AB York blocks with the long side of the block facing the outside of the curve to build the curved wall section. If the block starting the curve is not angled properly, the direction of the curve will be wrong. To correct this, the initial cut block to start the section will need to be changed. Start by removing the last block that has the wrong angle and set aside at the beginning of the section. Then slide all the blocks down 1 block from the start of the section. Remove the initial cut block and then place in the AB York block that was previously set aside. Now reinstall the initial cut block by turning the block over so the raised rings are facing down and the cut side is against the post. A second option would be to replace the initial cut block with the opposite angle cut block. And finally, a third option would be to replace the quarter size cut piece and an AB York block with a 3/4 size cut piece that is angled correctly. Once the angle is corrected, install AB York blocks to build the curve. At the end of the curve, place an AB York block with the long side facing in to create the start of the straight section. Continue building with AB York and AB Dublin blocks to the end of the wall section. Then install an AB corner block to end the section. To start the second course, cut another AB Dublin block, this time in half. This will ensure the blocks line up properly and the seams are offset from the blocks below. Place the cut side against the corner blocks to create a finished look against the post. Stack AB York and AB Dublin blocks until the curve. At the end of the curve on the second course, an AB Dublin cut in half may be needed to help adjust the angle of the blocks back so a straight wall can continue. Place and adjust as needed to fit. Then continue stacking AB York and AB Dublin blocks to the end of the wall section. At this end, a corner block will need to be custom cut to match the angle from the last block. Measure each side and cut the block to fit. If the project will be meeting up with an existing structure, cut blocks will be needed to finish the end in place of the corner blocks. Cut the AB Dublin blocks to create a flat side and finish the end as needed to create a finished look. Build up the post blocks a course at a time using the same 2 patterns used in the first and second courses. alternating per course to offset from the course below. Install the third course of the wall panel just like the first course. Start with a cut block and use all AB Yorks to build the curve. Finish with post caps and wall caps. You can choose to secure them in place with masonry adhesive. For a complete library of AB Courtyard how-to sheets, visit us at allenblock.com and share your projects with us on social media. We'd love to see them.